Welcome everybody to your angel messages. We are going to be going through all 12 signs, the overall energy, and getting some guidance for you right now. Hi everybody, I'm Devon. If you are new to my channel, you are very welcome here, and welcome back to my amazing subscribers. I would love to hear from all of you in the chat. Where are you tuning in from? Even if you're watching this later on the recording, I read all of your comments, and I love seeing where everybody all over the world is tuning in from. You know, we really are creating this amazing energy together to help us all raise our vibration. And your spiritual team, your angels know you are here watching this video at this time. Your angels are highly efficient. So even if you watch this video a week or a year from now, your angels know you're going to be watching it. So grab that journal. Make sure you write down anything that resonates with you. We're going to start off with going through your overall energy like I always do. We'll be doing the Celtic Cross, which is one of my all-time favorite spreads for getting a deep dive and understanding of the energy. But then we will break it down by all 12 signs, starting with Aries all the way through Pisces. And this is where I differ from other people out here on YouTube, is I encourage you to listen to all 12 signs, and anything that catches your attention, gives you angel bumps, or feels like it's a message for you, write it down. It doesn't matter if you have nothing in that sign on your chart, or maybe you know nothing about astrology. Your angels know what messages are going to get to you. So pay attention to those angel bumps, those tingles, those feelings like, oh, this is for me. It doesn't matter where I am in the reading. Just make sure you're writing it down. I am a big proponent of tracking your intuition, tracking the signs from your angels and guides, so you can use the powerful gift of hindsight to connect the dots. And you are truly giving your future self a gift when you write down your signs from your angels. So let's jump into these angel messages here. We'll do some pocket affirmations. I'll mention the astrology as we go. Happy Mercury direct. At the time I'm recording this video, or going live, I should say, even if you're watching this later, the energy's built in. We have Mercury finally stationed direct this morning. However, keep in mind, you still need to make sure you are dotting those I's and crossing those T's and rereading things before you hit the buy button or you sign on the dotted line, because whenever a planet stations direct or retrograde, there are a little extra things that come with it. So for example, I know there's some things I need to do some online shopping for. This morning, I put them in my cart. I didn't hit buy. I'm going to go back this afternoon and review everything before I hit buy. That's just a little example there, because we're still in this energy. We also still have Venus retrograde right now. And if you're somebody who's returning to my channel, again, thank you. Welcome back. Thank you for liking and sharing this video with anybody you feel it resonate with. It really helps my channel grow. And I have a little bit of a new setup today. I'm going to try to switch back and forth between cameras more, so you're not just staring at the cards. But I did change my setup, and I'll just give you a quick glance here where you can see the cards a little bit better. I'm hoping this makes it easier for you to see. I will make sure as I turn them over that they're easier to read. But I have this overhead camera now that can help. Well, it's actually, I already had the camera. I just bought a stand for it. And when I go through all 12 signs, I'll be putting the signs up there. I will also put timestamps if you want to come back and listen to points after we get off the live. I'll just, as soon as I get a chance, I'll put it on here like I do with all my other videos. All right, so switching back over here to this camera, let's just dive in to this overall energy, like I said, with the Celtic Cross, and we'll start with the pocket affirmation. I am open to divine guidance. If you want to write that in the comment section below this video, I am open to divine guidance. This lets your spiritual team know that you're ready to hear whatever messages they have to share for you, that you're willing to pay attention to anything that comes through for you. Now, another thing to keep in mind, not just the angel bumps, but if you notice any angel numbers while you're listening to these messages, or any animals or insects outside, butterflies, you know, lizards, all the things, all of that goes into this reading. We're taking all this energy together. And like I said, as I'm going through, I'll even mention some of the current astrologies, just so you have an idea of what else might be affecting you. Again, you don't need to know anything about astrology, but just pay attention to what resonates with you. All right, so let's go over to the Celtic Cross now, so that we can start with the heart of your spread and get into these angel messages further. Like I said, definitely let me know where you're tuning in from. I love seeing everybody here in the chat. Hey, Janie from NYC. Noelle, happy Monday, my friend. Oh, I appreciate that, Janie. Thank you so much. Good morning, Blondie. Good to see you. So yes, we're kicking off this week with some positive energy here with Mercury direct. Right now, at the time I'm recording these messages, we still have the moon in Leo. It will go into Virgo early tomorrow morning. And I want to remind you, I have my full moon angel messages coming up for all 12 signs this Wednesday at 11 a.m. Central. You're going to want to add those messages to these because we are already in that energy is just now starting, but especially tomorrow, when the moon moves into Virgo, you're going to start to really feel this full moon if you're not already. Even though the full moon is in Libra, that Virgo energy tends to just really point out the things that need to be released. We did have that eclipse with the full moon back in the middle of March. A lot of us felt that one big time. And then we had the new moon one just a week or so ago. In Aries, and we're still releasing things. Those eclipse clipped things out of our lives that we may not have even realized it's come to full fruition. I'm going to try to not just have you staring at the cards only. So I'll switch back every chance I get. I just want to say a little bit more about that energy. We have the word clip in the word eclipse, right? And sometimes the things that got clipped out of our lives, we haven't actually seen what the result of that is. Maybe we're not even aware of what it is because it takes time. So it might be at this full moon when you realize things are coming to an end, or you're realizing you want to bring something to an end, what those eclipses were actually doing for you. So it is a very powerful full moon. Start paying attention right now to the things that are coming to an end for you, to the things that you're ready to move on from, to the things that you're just not that into anymore. Pay attention right now because this full moon is going to really push that energy coming up this Saturday. So we'll go deeper into what this full moon means for all of you, all 12 signs on Wednesday, but it's a good idea to have this foundation here and just be paying attention to the things that are coming up in your emails and your text messages, people calling you up and saying things. You're going to want to really protect your energy this week because there is an opportunity for positive change, but you want to make sure you're protecting your energy first. All right. So like I said, we'll go over to the Celtic cross now and make sure we get a good look at these cards coming through. Oh, and I didn't light my candle. I'm going to do that right now because I love having my candle on here. I was thinking about going ahead and putting a new one in, but I figured, well, this has got enough in here. We'll see. We'll see if it lasts for the live. How's everybody doing out there on this Monday? Did you feel Mercury go direct? It's not really wanting to light. Maybe I did need to listen to my intuition and replace the candle before we went live. It's okay. It can still hang out with us on camera either way. So, yeah, it looks like it's kind of at the end there, but we're going to let it do its thing. And we have at the center of our spread, the 10 of fire. Yeah, see, I like this setup so much more. It's so much easier for me to hold the card up to you. It says too much work, accept help from others, life is out of balance, stress-related health concerns. All right, well, listen, this is just at the heart of our spread. So this is just letting us know the angels and your spiritual team know the things you've been dealing with. We've all been dealing with a lot. Some of us have been putting too much energy into things because we felt like we had to. Maybe you've been feeling really tired, really run down. I have been hearing that from a lot of you guys in the comment sections on my other videos and my clients that you're just feeling really run down. Maybe you've been having trouble sleeping. And the angels are here to give you guidance on how to help that. But this is actually a positive card to have here in the heart of our spread. So we're going to get into some deeper guidance here so we know what to do with that. Coming up in the crossing energy, or as you would say, maybe even the challenge card, we have the Page of Air. Logical, honest, impulsive, curious, challenging information, delays or change to plans, truth delivered without tact. So this is something that you've been dealing with already, okay? And the angels want you to know they see that maybe you've had somebody in your life who's been just causing a little conflict, or maybe you've been trying to get things done and you're not getting the information. I am getting, for a lot of you watching this now or later, you've been waiting to get some information. You've been waiting to hear about a decision from somebody or some kind of message to come through. And it's really not coming through at the speed. Well, that was partially because of the Mercury retrograde we had. We have the Venus retrograde still. And it's just because there are things that still need to be lined up behind the scenes. But the angels do see the way this has been challenging for you to wait on this information or to wait to go ahead and, make a plan. So that could be part of what's going on too, is you need to make some plans, but you don't have the information you need, or the information you received caused you to have to rethink things, right? With all these retrogrades. So I am getting, for most of us, this is about, realizing, oh gosh, I learned something new during the Mercury retrograde, right? Retrogrades tend to be revealing. You have that RE. So something was revealed to you. It might have been from a younger person, a child of yours, or just somebody you work with that's younger. Something was revealed to you, or it's just new information that you went, oh, okay, that changes my plans, but what do I do with that? So we're going to get some guidance with that. And the angels always have so much guidance to support us. And I'm going to be using new decks when we get to all 12 signs. So I'm super excited for that. Yeah, straight to the juicy messages, right, Noelle? Hey, Daisy from California. Hello, Libra Sun, Pisces Moon, Spirain. Is that your username? I love it. Casglow, good morning. Hey, April, good to see you there. So yes, we're all dealing with this energy here. Let's go and look at what's coming in for us subconsciously. A lot of times we don't realize there's good things coming in, and look at this card right here. I love this. Queen of Fire, confident, warm, intelligent, graceful. Stretch your wings and fly. Don't underestimate yourself. Assert your independence and creativity. So when I get this card, especially in the subconscious, usually what the angels are talking about is your need to really assert your independent way of doing things, right? We all do things in our own creative, independent way, and that's actually your power, is when you do it your unique way. But you have to have confidence that your unique way will be seen in a good light. And I think that's what we see. All of you here listening right now, spoiler alert, spiritual alert, whatever you want to call it, you're a light worker, okay? You don't have to call yourself that, but you are. And, a lot of it takes you having that confidence that the way you do it is going to be successful. So I really, really love this card in the root of our spread. It's reminding us that the power is within. I don't know if you guys saw the reel I did or the little quick YouTube short. I pulled a card for these upcoming readings, and we got the wheel, a time of positive change. But that positive change is going to come from you having confidence in your own way of doing things. And that makes me kind of giggle in my heart, because I know all of you have your own creative ways of doing things. You brought your own divine gift to this world to share with the world in whatever way that is. And it just takes having that confidence. So I love that here in the root of your spread. Let's go and see what's going on for the recent past. The angels like to address that. Excuse me, that was my drawer closing there. Look at that. We have the Sun card. Archangel Uriel, it says happy outcome, brilliant new ideas that lead to success. Have confidence. Another sign of confidence here. So right now we have the Sun is actually in Aries. And so what I'm getting for this card is it's reminding us that even though during the retrograde things felt like they were going slowly, or we weren't able to keep up with things or make decisions that we wanted to make, it really was there to bring us new ideas. And I think that's really important to keep in mind, is sometimes these delays or this truth that's delivered without tact, it's all in our it's always happening for us, but it's all in an opportunity for us to find that better solution. Spring says, I'm setting boundaries because others are failing to communicate and plan. I confidently stood up for myself in a tactful and firm manner. Good for you. And that's the thing we're all having to do right now. I'm so grateful you brought that up. It is going to require us continuing to set these healthy boundaries when other people are rushing in and saying, no, you can't do it that way, or no, I don't want that, or no, this isn't going to work. You have to protect what your heart wants, because the Sun also represents the heart. So having this in the root of your spread and this coming up in your recent past, the angels are validating that these new ideas you've had coming through are going to lead you to success, as long as you remain confident that you can bring this magic magic in. So let's take a look at this this card right here, where this is the presence energy. We have the Six of Air. Let me hold it differently so you can see it better here. We have things are looking up, the end of a difficult situation, taking a trip. Now, this is a Mercury going direct card if there ever was one, in my opinion. You know, I'm not a tarot expert like my good friend Chris Reck over on Minnow Pond. Did you guys see our reading we did together? He's coming again at the end of the month. Yay, I'm so excited. He's going to be on the last Wednesday of April as well. But this card is talking about it's the end of a difficult situation. Things are going to finally move through. And this air card is a card of communication. So you will be getting this information you need, or you will be able to take action on these ideas or these changes to plans very soon, because this is the present energy. So it's just reminding you that just hang in there, because even though I'm going to pull this down so you can see a little better, just hang in there because things are looking better. This is trying to get up. I want to mention something. I'm going to go into a deeper dive on this with the full moon, but what's really unique about this full moon as well is the full moon happens at 10:59 a.m. I'm sorry, that's not right. That's Sun conjunct Chiron. I'll go over that on Wednesday, but the full moon is happening on 7:22 p.m. That's an angel number, 7:22 p.m. We have the full moon in Libra this Saturday, the 12th. That's Central Time. But then not that long after, at 8:02 p.m. Central, Venus finally stations direct. This is really, really powerful energy that we're waiting for as well. So that's part of the reason that it feels like things have just taken so long to get moving forward. We've been waiting for these planets to go direct, and they're still going to be in their shadow through May. I'm not entirely sure when Venus is completely out of its shadow. I want to say it's like mid-May, but you will begin to feel this energy right now of, oh, okay, I can breathe. Things are moving forward. We're going to figure this out. Things may have been challenging, but it's going to be ultimately in our highest interest, because you're going to be able to maneuver things in a better way than ever before. So that's the other thing they're showing me with these cards is you would have been able to move forward without this delay, but it would have just made it a more difficult path. Now you're going to be able to see much further down the road than you would have been able to without these delays, without this tactless delivery of information, people just saying things, kind of spouting off their ideas, their opinions, and maybe it doesn't sit so well. It's giving you that 30,000 foot perspective that the angels always take. So I want to encourage you to really view this slowdown we've been going through really since beginning of 2025 as all showing you a better way to do something. So I really, really like that for that energy. Let's see what's coming up in the near future for these cards. We have the Two of Fire. Two of Fire. This is beautiful. We were getting this card last week as well. I don't know. I see some of my community members here in the live. Every month I do a special reading for those who are part of my community. If you'd like to join, you can hit the join button below. But we got a lot of cards about partnerships, new people coming into our life. And it doesn't have to be romantic. It could be a new creative partner. It could be somebody who supports you in something you're doing. It could be a new best friend or a new neighbor coming in that's just going to really change up your daily routine. But this is coming in very soon for you. And I love doing those readings for the community because the angels know who's in the community. So we go into much deeper detail than these broader collective messages. But you know what this is for you. You know what you're hoping for. You're wanting these new partnerships or these new contracts. So again, it's saying keep going with these new ideas. I love this card coming after the Six of Air card saying things are starting to get better. Things are going to be less difficult. And remembering that, if you can start planning a year from now, 3 years from now, 5 years from now, even if it's just pencil strokes, just kind of where do I see myself 5 years from now? These are going to be things that are helping you right now, even if you don't know how you're going to get there. And that's what the angels always want you to do. They want you to let go of how it happens, but make that wish. Like we have over here with the Sun card, it's recently come to you what your heart is really wanting, right? So they're commending you for recognize it, but you've got to have that confidence it will come to you. This new partnership, this new idea. You might even be getting a new spiritual team member. You know, we have different guides on our team that come work with us during certain parts of our life. So you may be even getting a new guide coming in. So that's always exciting as well. So definitely take that time to get to know your spiritual team. Now let's see what's coming up in the present section here. The personal power section here. This is where I like to get an affirmation. Ooh, I love this card. Queen of Air, independent, experienced, realistic, witty, objective decision making, clearing away what no longer serves you, seeing the humor in a situation. All right, so that's going to be really where your personal power comes from. You know, this is funny. Let's come up with a pocket affirmation for it in just a minute, but I want to just also say, I love getting this card with this full moon coming up and this retrograde energy we're coming out of about clearing things that no longer serve you. Maybe it's time to go ahead and clear out that closet, clear out that part of the garage, clear out those old files from last year that you don't need anymore. There are things that you need to clear away, but one of the stories that popped into my head the angels wanted me to share with you, because they like giving me examples that I can share, is when I go through my closet and I purge, I do it at least twice a year. I go through and get rid of things that I didn't wear that season. So I was here we are finally getting into some warm weather here. I've been going through and getting rid of my cold weather clothing, and the things that I haven't reached for in over a year, it's like, it's time to go. And sometimes I catch myself really kicking myself. Like, why did I even buy this in the first place? I never wore it. I don't even like it. Like, you know, and I start getting in that mindset, and the angels chuckle and they're like, you're just making this hard on yourself for no reason. It's like the KonMari approach, just thank the garment and send it to donations, right? And so I giggle at myself sometimes when I catch myself being really hard on myself about those things, but it doesn't help me going forward. I can't change the past. So just finding the humor, and it's like, well, okay, that day was not the best decision here, but that's fine. We're gonna move on with it. So let's use a pocket affirmation. I easily find humor in everyday life. I easily find humor in everyday life. And laughter really does help raise your vibration. So if you're having a hard time finding humor, go put on a favorite comedy movie, TV series, find your favorite stand-up. Instagram and YouTube are full of cute baby animal videos. Go watch some baby animals playing, or any animals playing. There's so many great ones out there. But I easily find the humor in everyday life is going to be your personal power dealing with this energy. Because one thing you want to keep in mind as well is that people around us are not paying attention, and they're feeling this energy. They're feeling this full moon. It might be a good idea to just kind of take a look at your calendar, what you have coming up, and see what your intuition is telling you. Maybe it's time to change your plans for the weekend if something isn't sitting with you. Especially if you have a lot of people who are in this page of air energy, just delivering information in a tactless way, right? This is where it's good to keep the news off, you know, get the important information, then turn it off so that you don't get caught up in the worry that the collective energy has. So let's move on to your external factors here. We have, let's see, what's your card for the external factors? The Three of Earth. The power of creativity, recognition for very high quality work, be a team player. Now look at this card right here with what's coming up for you in the near future. What's coming up for you in the near future is this new partnership. So you're going to be influenced by these other people that are coming into your life, and they're going to see you as a team player, and you're going to see them as a team player. So you're going to be looking for people who are looking for win-win situations for everybody involved. You're going to be looking for people who are willing to invest their time and energy in something you want to do together. This doesn't have to be a work thing. If you're retired or you're not looking to do anything new with work, this could be investing your time and energy in a new creative project around the house. You know, maybe you're finding that perfect contractor to help you do something in your backyard that you've always wanted to do. There's somebody who's going to help you, and you're going to have to work together with this person. This could also be in a relationship that you're hoping to bring in, and it could be where is the other person is willing to reciprocate the energy there. And, you know, but I am getting for most of us, this is this energy of just being willing to, cooperate, collaborate, and invest your time and energy in the things that your heart really wants. So I think that's really positive coming up for the external factors there. Let's see what's coming up for this card. And this card is what I call, I knew we were going to get the Magician card. I almost said it earlier, and I should have just said it. I was like, I feel like we're going to get the Magician card. You are ready. You have the resources, the ability to manifest them. Life is magical. So I call this position in the Celtic cross two sides of the same coin, because you could either get caught in the hope that something goes well, or the fear of what happens if this happens and I can't handle it or whatever. You need to transform that energy, and you're going to be able to transform that energy if you release these things that are no longer serving you. It's actually going to take you ending something, letting something go in order to transform the energy. It may mean that you have to have water under the bridge with something, with a person or a place or a thing. I want to ask you all a question. How have your dreams been the last few nights? Last night, even though the moon had moved into Leo, I would have thought it was in Cancer if I didn't know better, because I was having constant dreams about water. And what does water represent? Energy, emotions, right? And it's ruled by the moon, which would make sense since we're coming into this full moon as well, that I would have that watery energy. But I remember thinking, like, I wonder if we're going to get a lot of watery energy in today's angel messages. And I'm not seeing that right now, but it definitely went in my journal, just all the water in my dream. And it wasn't necessarily it didn't even necessarily feel emotional there. But this, another thing I'm getting about this personal power card here is you may have to really, in a calm and compassionate way, say something to somebody. You know, I've decided I'm no longer a fit in this job. I've decided I'm no longer a fit in this relationship or friendship. I've decided this isn't working for me anymore. We need to change this, okay? So that's your personal power there. And with a full moon anyways, you're already dealing with water whenever you're dealing with the moon anyways. The full moon is in Libra, so it could be emotions are out of balance here. And so in order to transform that energy, you're going to have to take action. And it may mean having those heart-to-heart conversations with people that may not really be fun to have. So try to take that humorous approach. Try to take that practical approach. Oh, Casglow, you noticed when it was 11:11. I missed it. Thank you. Janie says, I keep dreaming about tigers. Wow, fascinating. Have you studied the characteristics of tigers and their spiritual meaning? Because that's really powerful. All right, let's see what's coming up in your outcome card here so we can get to the all 12 signs for today's messages. Like I said, I will be doing timestamps, so you can come back and watch these whenever you want. And the outcome card we have for the overall energy is, look at that, beautiful Ace of Air. Brilliant new ideas and inspirations, seeing the truth of a situation, a challenging beginning. Well, I love that card coming for the final outcome for the overall energy. And of course, we will get clarification when we go into all 12 signs. Like I said, I'm going to be doing new decks that I haven't used on this channel before, or at least not in a very long time I haven't. And I also want to invite you to listen to all 12 signs to see what other clarification you can get. But this Ace of Air card here is beautiful for the energy we are in right now, because it's letting us know that we can finally take action on these new ideas. We're finally going to get clarity on what to do. But you have to remember with this Magician card, as again, my good friend Chris Reck from Minopon Tarot, he calls this a card of action, because you have to actually do something. You have to actually put energy into something in order to transform it the way the Magician does. And that means you've got to put the energy into this new idea. And when we have this card here, it's like the fear that your new idea won't be successful, or the hope that your new idea is the new brilliant idea you've been waiting for. So this is coming in for all of you. You've got to have patience that things are getting better. Keep an eye out for those new partnerships that are coming in for you. So exciting. I love it when I hear about new people coming into our life, because remember, soulmates are not just our ideal romantic partner. It's our best friends, it's that longtime colleague that helps us transform our work. It's our mentors, our children, our parents, our animals. And there are new partners coming in for you. Maybe some of you, it's a new animal coming into your life that's going to be living with you. So I love that energy for all of us. So we're going to dive into these all 12 signs now here, and I'll show you the decks I'm going to be using. Let me just collect these here. And let me know in the comments what's resonating with all of you. You know, I love it when a lot of you lately have been leaving comments that, you know, you don't have anything in Scorpio, but the Scorpio messages resonated with you. That is so, so powerful. And I get angel bumps just repeating that just now. So thank you for letting me know the way the angels are communicating with you, because it is really fascinating to see how all the different ways that we can get this guidance. So we're going to be using this deck for the energy for each of the 12 signs. This is the, let's see, do I have it over here? I think it's the Guardian Angel Tarot deck by Radleigh Valentine. I love Radleigh Valentine's decks. They're always so beautiful. They always like shuffle so well. And then the next card, the next deck we're going to be using is the Dream deck. I love this deck as well because I'm a very powerful dreamer. I've always had premonition dreams and vivid, clear dreams. I always get messages from my team. I have passed away loved ones visit me in my dreams all the time. So including my animals, I just had two of my passed away horse and my passed away cat visit me a couple nights ago and cuddle with me. It was really nice. But dreams are really powerful for guidance here. And then this deck, I don't know how many of you have seen this deck before. It's a unicorn deck, which I just thought would be really fun for an action to take. So these are the three decks we're going to be using for all 12 signs. I'll just pull them a little out of the way though, because I want to be able for you to be able to see them all as we go through all 12 signs. And I do also want to do the timestamps for all of you so you can come back and watch as many times as you want. Hey, Persian Doll Tarot, good to see you there. Alrighty, we're going to start with the Aries here, and I am going to be better about the timestamps. So here we are. All right. We are already at the 31-minute, 11-minute mark. All right, I love it. Okay, so for Aries, we have the Six of Water card. All right, so this is the energy for Aries right now, but remember to listen to all 12 signs. Memories, childhood, nostalgia. Well, happy birthday, Aries. We are in your birthday season. That does tend to cause you to reflect on the year that's just gone by, reflect on birthdays from the past, maybe favorite birthdays, maybe birthdays that didn't go so well. Are you feeling nostalgic over something? That's what it's saying. But, you know, this is okay to do. You just want to remember we've got this overall energy of moving forward. So make sure you're not getting stuck in the past, right? With these new ideas, new things that have come in saying, oh, that won't work because it's never worked before. It might actually work this time. You got to keep trying. You've just got to do it differently. You've got to be authentic. You've got to do it with confidence, right? So let's see what else is coming up for Aries here with this Dream deck. I'm just loving using different decks. Super fun. We have the Amethyst card, one of my favorite crystals. I actually have an amethyst right here. One of my favorite amethysts that I have because it's so dark. You don't always see them that dark of a purple. But the Amethyst card, it says psychic abilities, behavioral patterns. Okay, so this is also associated with your third eye, right? Your clairvoyance, just visions. So if you catch yourself going back to old habits, it could be that it's something from your childhood that needs to be cleared. Maybe it's a pattern that your parents taught you, or maybe it's just this idea that, like, you know, you always spend your birthday a certain way and it just doesn't resonate with you anymore. Or it could be that maybe you're one of those that has a real hard time with your birthday and it's because of something from your childhood that you don't do well with your birthdays. But I am encouraging you to flip the script there and go ahead and try something different for your birthday season. Even if you've already had your birthday, I know we're well into Aries season now. By the way, it's 11:33 a.m. angel number for you, Aries. But maybe it's time to do something totally different for your birthday that you've never done before, to flip that script. But listen to your intuition and look to see where you are reflecting back on the past. I feel like that's a big thing that they're wanting the Aries to know. It's time to break out of that pattern. So with this full moon coming up, you might need to release some old wounds over your past. That might be a really good healing thing to do with this full moon. Like I said, I'm going to go into a much deeper dive on Wednesday with the full moon, but since you're here, I'll mention we also have Sun conjunct Chiron that same day, which can be very healing if you allow it, but it's going to require you releasing some things. So let's see what comes up with the unicorn card. Decide. Ooh, this is pretty. I don't use this deck very often, but when I was little, I loved unicorns. I had a diary with unicorns on it. Did you ever read those like choose your own adventure books? I'm dating myself, but I think I always picked the ones with the unicorns. If there was anything involving a unicorn, that was the adventure I went on. It says it's time to clearly make a decision about what you want. Well, that's super validating here, because I think you've been stuck in doing things the old way. You're being nostalgic about the old way. And I want you to have a vision for the future that's different, and then decide to do that differently, right? We all are getting that message in the overall energy that new ideas are coming in, but you're going to have to decide to speak up for what you want. So I love, this is a really fun combination of cards. I'm also going to be doing this on Wednesday with new decks. I just thought it'd be fun to I have a bunch of decks I never get out. So I thought, why don't I make more of a habit of doing that? And that way we can just get different guidance that way. It's always so fun to see what else comes through. Alrighty, moving on to Taurus. Taurus, what do we have for you with this first deck? We have the Three of Air card. Three of Air card. It says sorrow, forgiveness, healing. Now, one of the things that I hear a lot of tarot people call this a card of heartbreak, right? Which it can definitely be associated with heartbreak. Chris Reck calls it, usually says it represents healing from heartbreak. It usually represents something that you've already had your heart broken over. And, since we were already having that energy of, nostalgia with Aries, this could be the case for you as well, Tauruses, especially since we are coming into your birthday season. The sun is currently in your 12th house from a solar chart perspective. And so you may be having a lot of things that need to be addressed that you're not even aware of. It's things from your past that need to be healed. And so this full moon is going to give you that opportunity to release those things from your past and really bring in that healing. So let's see what's coming up for the dream deck card here. Tammy says the weight of the world literally lifted March 28th and got even better this past weekend. It couldn't have timed better. All the energy changes happening. Wonderful, Tammy. I'm so happy to hear that. Blondie says, dreamed I was digging in the garden, pulling weeds, and I found a bunch of gold coins and gold rings. Ooh, I like that dream. It was a diamond ring and the other medieval ring, which stones in it, very big, and gems. Wow, that's very, very cool. Maybe you could try to sketch that, Blondie. Sketch it in your journal. Whenever I have something really vivid like that, I don't know what it means, I'll try to sketch it out with some colored pencils. Janie says my whole day yesterday was circling unicorns. That's awesome. Thank you, Heidi, for the pocket affirmation there. I am open to divine guidance. All right. So for Tauruses, the second card we have for you is Lady's Mantle. It says it represents mother, healing, and alchemy. So, okay, another card of healing. So there may be some heartbreak dealing with a woman from your past, a mother-like figure, your own mother. Maybe you're a mother and you've had something come up with your children. But there is something that's needing to be released here for Tauruses that's going to take a little extra healing. And don't forget this word alchemy card here too. We had that magician card in the hopes and fears part of the overall energy. You have the ability to bring in this healing, right? You have the ability to do that. Use alchemy, use magic. This powerful full moon in Libra is mostly about relationships. And we still have Mars in Cancer, so we've all been dealing with different things regarding that. I think it finally moves to Leo next week. I'll have to check that before the next live so I can give you an update on that. But definitely healing for all of us, especially with Sun conjunct Chiron coming up. But think back to your past as well. Where have you felt wounded, and there might need to be some more healing or just bringing in that maternal energy. I personally will sometimes even think of the energy of Mother Mary when I see this card. If you're somebody that works with that energy, it's not on this card, but I read intuitively. So that popped in and I thought I would share it with somebody who might also work with Mother Mary energy. And then the unicorn card I have for Taurus is, ooh, you'll know in the morning. I love that. It says, when you wake up, you'll have a better idea of what to do. Relax until then. Isn't that so beautiful? It's time to sleep on it, Taurus. This full moon coming up, it's going to help you clear away what's not serving you. But right now, there is some healing that needs to be done. Maybe you're not even sure what the healing is. Maybe it's going to come through in a dream tonight or in the next few nights. So you'll know in the morning, but your team loves it if you can, when you can take the opportunity to sleep on a decision or sleep on the idea so they can work with you in the spiritual realm and bring in even more creative ideas or solutions to things, especially since we did have the Ace of Air card in the final outcome. Okay, so maybe you feel like, hey, this idea hasn't come to me yet. You'll know in the morning. All right, I love that for Tauruses. Moving on to Geminis. Get my timestamp here for you guys. Thank you for your patience. All right, for Geminis, what do we have for your first card? We have 5 of Fire. Conflicts, annoyances, competition. So yeah, there's some things that you've been, dealing with, maybe people in your life, maybe conflicts with financial matters, maybe just feeling like there's so much competition out there that you don't really know how to move forward. But, you can use this card for transformation, which is what we're being asked to do with the Magician card we had earlier. So Geminis, if you've been feeling conflicted over how to move forward with an idea or with a creative project or with a relationship, know that the answer is within you. And I also am getting that, for Geminis, the conflict actually feels like it's within you, like you have competing ideas within and you aren't sure which idea to go with. And you're going to get some clarity around that. We're going to pull some more cards here. Don't forget, I do my bonus reading at the end. I always forget to bring that up. In the beginning, to let you all know, I do a bonus reading, and I am going to be using this new deck for the bonus reading at the end. That it gives us clarity and actions to take. But one of the actions to take for Geminis is definitely to write down all your ideas, because they're competing goals. Like your own ideas are competing with each other. It's like the idea of like, well, I want to get in better shape, so I need to start this new workout regimen, but I also want to take this online course, and that interferes with the time I go to the gym. And I also want to start dating again, and I know I need to have time for that, or I want to spend more time with my romantic partner having date night. These are these conflicting things. There are solutions to it. Just make sure you're not creating the problem before it's even begun. That's what I'm getting, is it's all kind of internalized, and there is a solution for all of it. Ooh, I got the Fire card for your dream card. It says transmutation, purification. So again, purify your thoughts, Gemini. It's almost like you're creating a conflict that isn't really there. And I like what Chris Reck from Minopon also says about the wands cards is, these are wands. They're not swords. They're not actually causing any harm. It's more for practice. And so what Geminis are being asked to do is practice changing your mindset, transforming things to where they work out in your highest interest. And let's see what we're getting for your unicorn card, Geminis. It's okay to be different. You don't need to be like everyone else. You're perfect just as you are. So true for all of us. We all are in our own way unicorns, right? We bring our own authentic way of doing things. We just have to have that confidence ourselves. And that's what I'm getting for Geminis. Be okay with being different in the way you handle things. Yeah, I know what you mean. Casco says I need to stop talking myself out of things. And that's something we all feel sometimes, that it's like, oh, but last time this happened and I had to deal with this. But it's definitely, we want to flip the script on that and watch our mindset. Okay, moving on to Cancers. We're going to write the timestamp here for you. And Cancers, for your first card, we have the Two of Air card. It says indecision, avoidance, confusion. I think Cancers got this card last week in one of the all signs that I was listening to. It might have been on Minopon when I was listening to Chris, but somewhere the Cancers got Two of Air, and it's definitely that idea that, you know, there's something that needs to be handled. There's some decision that needs to be made, but you're just not clear on how to handle it. It could be that you're waiting for this information to come in, and you think that this information that you're waiting to get is what's holding you back, when really it's just you holding you back. That's what I'm getting, is I feel like some of the Cancers out there, 1144 validation at the time I'm saying this, some of the Cancers out there think, oh, I can't make a decision until this person gets back to me, or this thing happens, or I find out about this. And your angels are saying, no, that's not the case. It's actually something you wouldn't even think about. The answer's within. So let's get some clarification and see what's coming up for the dream card for Cancers. We have Hawthorn. Hawthorn. Didn't we have this card for another, what was the other one that we had? That was it the Hawthorn card? I don't know. No, it was a different card. But Balance and Elemental Kingdom. Yeah, it is similar to one of the other ones we had, but this is really, really great energy for this idea that I'm talking about, that you think you need the answer to something in order to be able to move forward or make a decision, but really you just need to get outside and connect with the elemental kingdom. You know, like I spent this weekend planting my tomato and bell pepper plants, and although I'm very sore because I did a lot of digging in the garden, it was amazing. I just felt so refreshed, and I knew I was connecting with my spiritual team out there. I always invite the fairies and the gnomes and the what's the other one? I'm blanking. To work with my garden, to help my garden, and so definitely get outside and try to get out of your head about this idea like, I can't do anything until I know about this. Just get outside and take a deep breath of fresh air. And then finally, we have the Imagine card. What would you see, feel, think, and hear if your wish came true? Right? Again, it's that visionary, like looking 5 years down the road, 3 years down the road, even a year from now. If everything happened, what would it look like? Use that amazing, powerful tool of visualizations. This goes for all 12 signs, especially with this full moon. We might have to visualize what we want in order to understand what we're going to be releasing. I've told this story before, so I'll keep it short, but back in the day, I thought I wanted to go to grad school. And when I really got clear on what I really wanted was to sell the house I was living out in a very rural area where I was really far away from friends and family, and get closer to a community. When I was telling myself, oh, I would never sell this house. This is my favorite place. I love it here. And then when I got really clear about what I wanted, I realized I would have to sell my house if I went to grad school anyways in order to pay for it. And, you know, I couldn't take care of it and be in grad school. So here I was ignoring what I really wanted was to move. Once I got clear on that, I realized I don't want to go back to grad school because, you know, I got my degree in accounting, and that would have been just adding an MBA to that, which was already something I knew I didn't want to do. So it's funny how those things work. All right, let's move on to the Leos. Leos, what do we have for you guys coming up in the Guardian Angel Tarot deck here? Oh, there goes my pen. The Dreamer. Beginning, believing, protected. All right, so this would be the full card in the tarot deck. You are being asked to initiate this new beginning. And this has been a theme that's been coming up for Leos for weeks now, even in the all signs that Chris Reck and I did on Minopon Tarot. Leos have something new, a new direction they're heading in, but you have to trust that you're protected on this journey. okay? You have to trust that you are being divinely guided. No, you don't know what it's going to look like or how it's going to happen, but this is a beginning for you, and you're really being asked to take action on that, especially with the sun in a trine to your sign right now, with it being in Aries. Use this fiery energy here to get started so that by the time we get to your birthday season, you're celebrating. You're celebrating. You're not saying, hey, I still didn't get started on that project, or I still didn't find that new home or that new job like my last birthday I wanted, like I made a wish for on my last birthday. Do it now. Do it now. So when you get to your birthday, you'll be like so happy you're on the path, and then new things will come in for you. So for the dream deck, we have the Mirror card, Truth Revealed. Well, Leos, do you like looking in the mirror? Do you do mirror work? Have you ever done any mirror work? This may mean you literally need to look into the mirror, look deep into your own eyes, and ask yourself, what am I waiting for? Why am I not starting this now so that I can celebrate the new beginnings coming in by the time we get to my birthday season? And let's see what's coming up for your action card from the Unicorn deck. We have, I have cards stuck together. Give me a second. Try something new. So I already said it's going to be a new direction for you. It says you'll only know, I'm letting it focus for you. You'll only know that you can do something if you try. The only way to know is if you try. I love that they have a whale there in the background. It's like that movie Free Willy. Did you guys see that? I love that movie. I love the soundtrack when I was a kid. That's what it's reminding me of. But the only way you'll know is if you try something new. But your heart wants this new thing. So do your mirror work, look yourself in the eyes, tell your future self, we've got this. We're going to do this now so that I can look back and, give myself a big pat on the shoulder for starting this new adventure. So I love that for Leos. You'll have to let me know what are these new things you're wanting? What are you starting? What are you wanting to bring in that's different in your life? Alrighty, moving on to Virgos. Hello, Virgos. What do we have for your guardian angel card here? We have Knight of Earth. Organized, responsible, supportive. Well, that's Virgos. Organized, responsible, supportive. And this is the energy you're in right now. And, I see that what's standing out to me for this card for you Virgos is the way this woman is wrapping her arms around this coin. And, what I'm getting is that there is something you need to invest your energy and time into for it to grow. And you're needing to maybe not always be there for everybody else. Be there for you first. Then you will see these things blossom. And I love all these beautiful flowers all around. So you can be supportive for others. Just make sure you're protecting what you want to invest your time and energy to. Protect your time, protect your ideas, protect your resources, do it in a way that is right for you. And that's going to really help you. Let's see what's coming up for your dream card here. We have the Moonstone card. Moonstone, mystery, intuition. Beautiful. So you're going to be able to really invest in these things that your heart wants when you really follow the mystery of life, the intuition, the things, the unseen. Virgos really benefit from trusting their intuition because they are so grounded, they are so responsible, they are so practical. But when you step into your intuition, everything shifts. And it also provides that support for everybody else as well. So I love that for Virgos. Let's see what's coming up for the Unicorn card. Change. The changes that you're going through are positive. All right, so Virgos, it may not feel positive right now, but they are ultimately getting you where you want to go. You're just going to have to follow your intuition. This is a little bit of that blind faith, right, that we're going through. So protect your time and energy, wait it out, listen to your intuition, and trust that this change is happening for you. I know you were all hit. We all were hit powerfully by that full moon in Virgo, the eclipse we had in Virgo in middle of March, but Virgos especially, right? So just keep protecting what you've created. You've got this. This is happening for you. All right, moving on to Libras. So Libras, you're definitely going to want to check in for the full moon that's happening in your sign this Saturday. We're going to be talking about it on Wednesday at 11 a.m. Central. Do all 12 signs because this is your full moon. Let's see what's coming up for your guardian angel message here, Libras. We have 4 of Fire. 4 of Fire, prosperity, contentment, celebration. I love this. This is a card of, really transformation, celebrating your creativity, celebrating life. This guy is doing like dancing tricks on the stage here. So this is really good energy for you, Libras. It's basically saying, go have fun. Go have fun and look to see the things in your life that are not very much fun. If there's something that you're ready to let go of because you're not enjoying it anymore, you want to be able to spend the time having fun and enjoying things. But also I'm getting that for some of you, you may have just recently gotten some new information that you do want to celebrate, or maybe you are celebrating someone else in your life who's getting married or having a baby or got a new job. And this is a powerful energy for you, Libras, with the sun in your opposing sign in the sign of Aries, which is fire. This fiery energy is here to really get you back in a new direction with your relationships, with your career, the things that your heart really wants. So let's see what's coming up for the dream deck for you. Oh, and look, red. I love this card with the 4 of Fire. It says passion and survival, also representing the root chakra there. So, what I'm getting is you're really going to want to step into this fiery energy. Just make sure you're being very grounded and you're not doing things from a fight or flight reaction. You want to be doing things in a fun way, enjoying things, heading towards prosperity. So maybe you've been caught in this cycle of fight or flight. It's time to release that and celebrate the little things in life. Celebrate the joy of creativity. Celebrate your relationships. All these things are going to be super powerful for Libras, especially as we're going into this full moon that is for you. It's for all of us, but it's definitely your full moon for the year. So let's see what this unicorn card is for Libras. We have love from your parents. No matter what, your mother and father love you as much as they can. So even if your parents are not with you on this side, or maybe you have a challenging relationship with them right now, they want you to know that higher selves wise, you all had a contract to come together in this life, and whatever happens or happened, once you're all on the same side of the veil again, you will see the true love that your parents have in your life. So I am getting that it would be great to really, work on healing anything around parental relationships or maybe with your own children. But like I said, for some of you might be celebrating a wedding or a new baby coming in, and that's what that parent energy is, or maybe even grandparent energy is. So just really embrace that. This, like I said, with the sun being in your opposite sign right now, there's an opportunity here to make some big changes. All right, moving on to, and of course, with the full moon, we'll be talking very specifically about these things. I'm going to be using different decks than I normally use for the full moon. I have one I'm so excited to bring on camera that I know for a fact I don't think I've ever used on camera. Scorpios, what is your timestamp here? Gotcha. All right, what do we get for your guardian table? The guardian tarot deck for you, we have the moon card, intuition, illusion, revelation. So something's coming for you with this full moon, Scorpios, that's going to help you break through an illusion. This full moon is happening in your 12th house from a solar chart perspective. So there is some sort of illusion that's going to be revealed to you very soon, probably even as soon as today. So really start listening to your intuition right now at the time you're hearing these messages. Even if you're hearing these messages, a week or two from now, post full moon, anything that's really coming up for you right now, where you're just getting that little nudge to pay attention to something because it doesn't seem right, you're going to get clarity for this, okay? And so let's see what's coming up for the dream deck for Scorpios. we have the water card. So you're a water sign, Scorpio. The full moon deals with water, emotions, intuition, rejuvenation. Another card of intuition. This is going to be a healing full moon for all of us. But Scorpios, like I said, is happening in your 12th house. So it's going to be something very deep. And you guys go really deep anyways. But listen to your intuition. Make sure you're taking time for journaling, time for meditation. Spend time outdoors. Spend time by water. That's a good thing for all of us to do, is spend time with water, and just allow yourself to listen to your intuition for a longer period of time than you're normally doing it. You know, maybe it's something you just do kind of automatically. You're being asked to actually set time aside to do this, starting right now, every day, Scorpios. And for your unicorn card, we have wish upon a star. Make a wish and expect the very best. I love that card for you, because this is, again, that idea, Scorpios, that there might be some kind of illusion you're in, that you can't have the things you want. You can't bring in that ideal relationship, that ideal creative project, that new job offer, that new house, that dream vacation, right? Make a wish. Make a wish. Listen to your intuition. In the overall energy, we were talking about how important it is to make sure you're visualizing 5 years from now, 3 years from now, 1 year from now. And I encourage you to do it in that order, kind of backing into it so that it doesn't seem overwhelming. It's like, well, if 5 years from now I want to live by the ocean, then 3 years from now I need to think about selling my house. And that means a year from now, I need to think about, investing in updating the fence that needs to be replaced. You know what I mean? So I know that's a very basic example, but we're all being asked to do that right now. Start working on those ideas. Listen to your intuition. It's only an illusion that you can't have these things, Scorpio. You can have these things in your life. All right, moving on to Sagittarius. Hey, Sages, let me write down your timestamp here. And we have for you guys in the Guardian Angel Tarot deck, the Knight of Air card. Intellectual, determined, motivated. Okay, so is there some new idea that you are finally feeling motivated to take action on? I wouldn't be surprised, because I keep getting this energy for Sages about how important it is that they allow themselves to bloom in a new direction where their heart really wants to be. And maybe you just haven't felt motivated to take action on that. And now's the time. Now is the time to charge ahead with those ideas. Mercury's direct. Venus will be direct on Saturday. You may have to clear some things off your schedule to be able to really do it in the right way. It's got that determined word there too, but you are determined. You are determined, and this energy is here to support you. So let's see what your dream card is. We have green, compassion, love, cultivation. So you're really going to have to be determined to follow your heart. You know in your heart what you're gifted at. You know in your heart what needs to go. It's time to actually take action on that. For some of you with this full moon coming up, I think even starting today, you're going to realize you're going to change your plans. There's something on your calendar. There's something that you're doing in your day-to-day life. You're ready to cut that out of your life, so that you can focus on these things you want, these things that you really want to bring into your life. And some of this is bringing in a more grounded, peaceful daily routine where your heart can feel at peace. So let's see what you're getting for your unicorn card here, Sages. We have true. Yes, what you're asking about is the truth. Ooh, I got angel bumps there. What was that for you, Sages? Make sure you write it down in your journal. Write down all the signs coming through for you, because it's so important to have that gift of hindsight when that intuition came in. Your heart knows what's true. You know, one of the things I like to say is when there's a truth coming through for me, but I don't have any facts to support it, I'll get this heart sob in my heart chakra. It'll feel like crying, but like crying with joy, because it's so true. The joy of pure truth and knowledge will come through. And this is what you're being asked to take action on, Sages. You know in your heart what's true and what's not true. I love that for Sages. Okay, we're going to move on to the Capricorns. my rising sign here. But like I say, I always say, listen to all 12 signs because you never know what message is coming through from your spiritual team. Capricorns, what do I get for your angel guardian angel card? We have 15, ego. We've gotten this card a lot for Capricorns. Illusion, dependency, materialism. Another card of illusion, but also being stuck in the material world. And this is where it's just, you're still moving out of that Pluto and Capricorn energy, even though Pluto is fully in Aquarius to stay for a long time now. It was in your sign for so long, and you're just so traditional and so used to doing things a certain way. But the guidance here is to remember it's the new way of doing things for Capricorn, which is where you listen to your heart first, you listen to your intuition first, then you take that practical approach, and you don't get caught up in the material side of things, and I do feel like for a lot of Capricorns, you're still stuck in that this is the way it's always been done, so that's how I'm going to do it. When really you're here to innovate the way you do things and be a leader with those things, which is very powerful as well. So next we have the dream card for Capricorns. We have yellow, which is the sacral chakra. Let me get it to focus here. Flexibility, adaptability, personal power. Flexibility, adaptability, personal power. I love that. So that flexibility is what really stands out to me the most. Remember, the power comes from within. So charge that sacral chakra. Have confidence in yourself. Like you said, with the overall energy that we had earlier, it's your own personal power that you have, and you can choose to be more flexible and do it differently. That's going to really help you with this ego energy card here, is try to be a little bit more like a water sign and go with the flow instead of always doing it a certain way. Even though that's what's worked in the past, you're being asked to innovate that. And so let's get into your unicorn card here. Happy surprise. I love this. Something very good is about to happen. Ooh, that gave me butterflies. That's so sweet. I love that. Something very good is about to happen. These cards are so positive and uplifting. I just love them. So you have a happy surprise coming, Capricorns. You've got to, stay out of your ego. Try to go with the flow. I know that's hard. Like I said, I'm a Cap rising. I like to plan. I like structure. I'm not crazy about surprises. I'm not crazy about changes in plans, but I've been working on that with my spiritual team for years now, and now I'm willing to receive this happy surprise. So why don't we all say in the comments, all 12 signs, I am open to happy surprises. I am open to happy surprises. To affirm, we're calling in the happy surprises, right? All right, we got 2 more signs to go, and then we'll get to your bonus reading here. Aquarians. Hello, Aquariuses. Oh my goodness. How are you guys doing? Let me do your timestamp here. And what do we have for the Guardian Angel Tarot deck for Aquarians? We have Age of Fire. Age of Fire. Opportunity, creativity, action. All right, you guys are so creative, Aquarians, but there's something you need to take action on. There's an opportunity to start something again. I said again for a reason. Some of you are revisiting some project that you had to put down for some reason. Some of you, I'm getting this has to do with children. Maybe you're trying again to have children. Maybe you are starting a new type of relationship with your child. But this could also be a project. But I am getting for some Aquarians that there's maybe there is a new child coming in for you, a new child or grandchild. Or like I said, with a current child, you're just, you're focusing on a new creative way of interacting with that child. And for those of you where this is not child related, I do get, it's like a new start on something you've already created. It's going to make it feel like a new project. So super exciting for Aquarians. But yeah, I am feeling for a lot of you, it's like new children or new grandchildren coming into your life, maybe through a marriage. You guys have gotten a lot of marriage cards, so maybe you're getting some stepchildren because of it, or maybe you're just a family member is getting married, which is bringing children into your family unit. And the dream card we have is spring, awakening, projects, and renewal. Okay, so this is validating what I was getting earlier, restarting, renewal. There's something you're renewing. You're renewing your relationship with your kid or grandkid. You're renewing your relationship with a creative project. Maybe you're bringing in that childlike energy into a project that before you were doing it in a very Capricorn way, maybe. And now you're like, no, I'm going to bring new life to this old project. I'm going to bring new life to this relationship. This is really exciting, Aquarians. I love that. Let's see what your unicorn card is bringing for you, Aquarians. Brothers and sisters. Brothers and sisters. So again, I'm feeling like new people coming into your life. Let me see if it'll focus for me. There we go. To get along with others, see the love and the best within them. Oh, yeah, like we're all soul brothers and soul sisters here together watching these angel messages together, right? You know, it could be that, you know, you need to look for the good in the person or in the project or in the relationship. Look for the good within of you and see each other as brothers and sisters. So yeah, I'm definitely getting that for a lot of you. There's new children or stepchildren coming into your life, or it's just a new relationship with something that is like a child, right? So that's really, really positive energy. Just make sure you are being creative with this new approach. Take a new creative approach with this, something that you haven't tried before. Love that for Aquarians. Okay, Capricorn. Goodness gracious, Pisces. Let me write down your timestamp, and we have for the Pisces, and then we'll do your bonus reading, the Hermit. Introspection, self-discovery, mentorship. All right, Pisces. You know, you've been getting a lot of this energy lately, so this makes a lot of sense. It's like you've been doing all the self-discovery is what I've been getting for all of you. And now it's time to take it out into the world, because that mentorship word really pops out to me. Is like you've done all this self-discovery, but now you need to actually take action on that and do something with it. Maybe you've been learning something new. Maybe you've reviewed your past to the point where you have this new perspective and now you can help others. You can mentor them. I am getting for some of you, it could be that like you're close to retiring from a job or something. And so now you're starting to train others under you so that it's an easier transition. I'm also getting that for some of you, it is actually that you want to move in a new direction with your current work because of some self-discovery you've recently had or new information. So let's see what's coming up for your dream card then, Pisces. We have fairies. I was talking about the fairies earlier, being outside. Environment, playtime, enchantment. Yep, Pisces, get outside. Get by the water. Go do something with water. Go spend time playing outside. Get outside. This is going to help you because you've been in this hermit mode. You've been stuck inside or stuck in a cave or stuck going within. You've been indoors too long. That's what they're saying, you know. And here in the Northern Hemisphere, it's springtime. So time to get out and definitely enjoy the outdoors, connect with the elemental world. You know who's been on my radar again lately? You know, just every once in a while, like people will start talking about him and then I'll like reread a book of his or whatever, is Edward Casey, who used to talk about, instead of calling them fairies, he would call them brownies. If any of you ever read his books. But when I first started experiencing the elemental realm in an intentional way, like as an adult, where I'm like, okay, I want to connect with the fairies in my backyard for help with my gardening and my flowers and all that. I didn't know that Edward Casey referred to them as brownies in his books, or I guess that maybe that's even a different, it's 1212 my time. That nets to a 33, another angel number. But I didn't know that. And, but yet when I read the book, the way that Edward Casey described the brownies was exactly what my experience was in my third eye and my encounters. And I have it all in my journals for several entries of encounters. And so it actually opened my mind so much further to this idea of our connection with the elemental world. So something cool to look into for you, Pisces. Let's see what your unicorn card is. Daisy says, I do need to go outside. I've been itching to go outside and wasn't sure why I felt that way. Well, wonderful. I love that, Daisy. I hope you get some time out, have some good weather for it. And your unicorn card, Pisces, is happy thoughts. To feel happier right now, think about a memory or something else that makes you smile. I love that. And I love that picture of the sun. It's like looking out into this. It's almost, is that a castle in the background? Yeah, it looks like a crystal palace in the background. Beautiful. So yeah, focus on your happy thoughts, good memories. Where's your happy place, Pisces? What's your happy place? Go there, even if it's only in your mind or in dream time. All right, let's do your bonus reading, everybody. I'll remember to actually take the Pisces sign off. I didn't do that last Monday. So it seemed like it was like gigantic Pisces reading. So this is the part where I like to go into some actions for us to take. And let me just grab the timestamp so everybody can come back. And here's the first card we have for your bonus reading. We have the World card. Accomplishment, celebration, completion. This is making my heart really happy because we just finally completed this Mercury retrograde, and we've been going through just this revisiting things from the past, reorganizing things. I think I shared at the beginning, some of you weren't here yet, but I reorganized my studio this weekend. I did a deep clean, classic Mercury retrograde, get all the dust bunnies out, like I don't let the cats in here, but because of all the wires, I don't want them chewing on anything. But somehow the cat hair kind of gets swept under the door occasionally. And So I was in here cleaning and I reorganized things. So as you can see, if you've been with me a while, I'm able to now have the cards more visible because I have this overhead, what do you call it? It's not a tripod, but the stand for my camera so you can see them closer. It's easier for me to hold them up like this. And I've just been going through this huge reorganization, rethinking things. I've been clearing a lot of clutter out. I still have more to do, but it feels like entering a new world. You know what I mean? It's like the world feels different. And I think we're all starting to see that you have to choose what that world is for you. If you want to go to the dark side of the world, there's plenty of people that will go with you, but I believe that all of you here because you want to see the light in the world. And I know that. And I know you're light workers. Remember, you were born with natural psychic and intuitive abilities. And it's my goal to teach you how to advance them. If you're already using it, it's my goal to support you there. And you're ready to really celebrate how far you've come. It's really, really powerful. And so then the second card we have, this is representing the near future. We have the Ace of Air. Yes. Remember I said in the Celtic cross, we are waiting on this new information or this new idea, inspiration, communication, adjustments. Okay. So this is coming in very, very soon, everybody. We just have to trust that, all these delays, all these changes to our plans, all these things that have been feeling so frustrating, or just even if it hasn't been frustrating, it's just been like, when is this going to shift? It's coming for you right now. And I really find that to be super powerful because you're going to feel so inspired by this information or idea. For Tauruses, they got that sleep on it card. I think we're all going to want to sleep on these ideas. Make sure you've got your journal close by to write down any signs you're getting. If you wake up in the middle of the night with a dream idea, what happened to me last night? I woke up and the date, July 22nd, 2022 flew into my third eye. And I've had this happen with my team before. Whenever they show me a date, they want me to go look it up. And I woke up at, 2 a.m. or whatever. And I just kept thinking, what was going on in July 22nd, 2022? So I do what I always do. I use hindsight. I went into my email box. I looked up my email. I went into my journal. I reread what was going on there. And sure enough, that day was the beginning of a brand new project I was doing with a group of amazing light workers. And I was on vacation. I got some new downloads on that day. It was a really, really powerful day. And I've even set aside some time later today. I'm going to do some more digging into it because I still don't know entirely why they had me look that date up, other than it was this new idea that came through that day. So I feel like for all of you listening, because they wanted me to share that story with you, just trust any signs you're getting. Write them down in your journal so you have that gift of hindsight so you can connect the dots. You don't have to know what it means right now because this new idea is coming in. And then coming up in the near future, so this is the near future, the new idea, and then coming up in the future. So this could be tomorrow night. This could be in a couple days from now. We'll be doing updated messages on Wednesday, of course. We have the Seven of Water. We have the Seven of Water: choices, overanalyzing, procrastination. So, it's interesting this is coming up in the future. It sounds like this new idea or information or communication is actually going to make us have a hard time choosing what direction to go, right? And we're going to have to follow our intuition to know which cup to choose. Chris Reck always says that the Seven of Cups, which is what this card is in this deck, is spoiled for choice. Like, you have so many choices, and that can be a good thing, right? But I don't know if you've ever walked, like when you were a kid, did you ever walk into one of those huge candy stores and your parents are like, you can pick one thing, and you're just like, well, I don't know what to get. You're just totally overwhelmed. So it's like a good thing you get to go get something, and there's so many options, but what if I make the wrong choice? What if I don't like it? This is what we're heading into. But you want to make sure you're not overanalyzing, you're not procrastinating. So ultimately, you are going to have to pick a cup and move forward with that. So listen to your intuition. It may be that this full moon is what gives you the clarity you need. But first, you're going to have to clear things away, right? The whole you can't see the forest for the trees. You might have to clear some things away in order to know what it is, which cup you really want to pick. But this is really exciting energy coming in for all of us. So let's see what the action cards are. We have 2 action cards coming in for this bonus reading here. We have the renewal card. Renewal, reflection, self-evaluation, rebirth. Okay, I told you guys I was going to not just have the cards on, I would actually talk to the camera more. So I want to talk a little bit about this idea of reflection with this energy that we're experiencing right now, leading up to this full moon and beyond, this full cycle. We've come out of these eclipses. You want to take some time for reflection this week. Like I said, I'm going to be going back and rereading my journals from that date my guides showed me, but also other events that happened that year. I've actually started, I've always been interested in it, and I've always studied it on and off, but lately I've had a new resurgence of interest in Hellenistic astrology and zodiacal releasing. And that is, did I say that right? I don't know. I'm feeling the Mercury direct right now. But I've been studying my zodiacal releasing over the last year, and it's fascinating, the things that happened during the different transitions and the different levels. And that's been part of my self-discovery with the retrograde and reflection, because I'm actually moving into some of those signs again on a level 3 step that I was in last year, and it's interesting to compare the different things I'm in. So I will be doing a lot of reflection over the past year since this full moon in Libra last year, and using that to guide me. And so I really want to encourage you to do that. Start right now. Start reflecting about where were you last year? What was going on during the full moon in Libra last year? What was going on 6 months ago when there was a full moon in Aries? Excuse me. What were these things going on for you? Make sure you're grabbing your journal, you're writing down anything significant. I always say, go look at the photos on your phone, go dig up some old emails, just think about the things that were going on for you and reflect, because that's going to give you some of these new ideas as well. So that's one of your actions to do at the time you're hearing these messages. I always love to say the angels always give us homework if you're willing to do it. It's okay if you don't want to do it. That's fine. They won't be mad, but it is really good advice to listen to their homework because it's for you. So the next card we have for a card of action is the Page of Earth card. So it says studious, prepared, cheerful. I love that. I love that card. Page of Earth. So again, this is an action card. So they're asking you to study something. So go do that reflection. That was the first one. Reflect on something and then think back about the things that you were interested in a year ago, 6 months ago. It could be that something you started researching or working on, you've decided you don't want to do anymore. That's where the reflection comes in. So with this full moon, you'll be releasing that and moving in a new direction, but it's going to take investing that time and energy, really taking that time for self-discovery. Definitely do some techniques around this energy that's starting now, where we're journaling, we're asking ourselves those questions. Remember, with the Celtic cross, if you missed it, go back and watch at the beginning with all the guidance they had about making that 5-year plan, then backing into your 3-year plan, your 1-year plan, or if you're a Virgo, make it a 4-year, 3-year, 2-year. No, I'm just kidding. Any sign that you are, however it resonates with you, but I do encourage you to listen to that guidance about visualizing where you are, and that's going to help you see the things that really need to go with this full moon, with this energy we're in right now. So as always, it's my honor to be here with all of you. Please join me Wednesday, where we go into a much deeper dive on this full moon energy coming up on Saturday. I'll be talking about other astrology aspects, plus we'll do all 12 signs. I'll do your bonus reading. I'm using a new deck I haven't used before on this channel, and it's just going to be a wonderful deep dive. If you are part of my community members, keep an eye out. The angels are going to be tapping me to do a separate reading for you guys soon, so just keep an eye out for when I go live on there. If you're not part of my community, go ahead and hit the join button below to see your options there. You're very welcome. I do a very customized reading for my community once a month, plus I do bonus things for them, so I'd love to see you in there as well. And thank you all for being here. Remember, take time every day to connect with the angels. Bye, everybody.